On tonight's episode, we talk about the new Sonic.
And other pop culture news from the week.
Merry Christmas! It's officially Christmas. The Christmas season begun, reached a high. It's over. How does that work?
Well, now we're in what some people are calling the liminal space between Christmas and New Year's, where time has no meaning anymore. There's no structure to life. We're all sort of subsisting off of chocolate and various holiday leftovers.
Nothing really.
Anyway.
Nothing really going on.
Yeah.
Unless you are murdered, then you get pardoned by Joe Biden.
Oh. I was like, where's that segue? I did not follow you on that
Desperation
one.
for validation, who knows? But anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, Merry Christmas, Merry
Happy Hanukkah and all the other various holidays and festivities.
And next episode might be next year.
I think it will.
We'll see about that. When is the first? Is on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's Wednesday.
Our next episode most likely will be next year, 2025. Anyways, so this week we saw a bunch of movies. We saw some really good stuff. And let me see the list again. See if I'm not lying. And some not so good stuff. Let's start with the brand news, the releases of the past weekend in this week, which are Sonic 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and Homestead. But let's start in a flash with Sonic, our favorite blue. How does he say?
Hedgehog.
Our favorite blue hedgehog. Yeah. Blue blur, the Blue Vengeance.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways.
Blue Dawn. He workshops a few different names.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is starring, what's his bucket? Oh gosh.
Ben Schwartz.
As
the title character.
Marsden. Tira, I can't remember. Kara.
I don't remember her name either.
Idris Elba as the voice of Knuckles. The girl that voices Tails has a very long, weird name. She's very talented. She used to voice Tails for the game.
Oh, cool.
Which is a cool thing. And welcoming Jim Carey, and welcoming the newcomer, Mr. John Wick, Keanu.
That's right.
The national treasure, Reeves.
Isn't he Canadian?
No, he's Lebanese.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have multiple citizenship, but I know originally he's from Lebanon.
Either way, this was a fun one. We took our kids. It's Christmas break, of course. A lot of people were there. Not as many kids as I expected, honestly. This is definitely like an all ages thing. You got the whole nostalgia of people who grew up playing the games. Anyway, we took our kids to the theater to see this one. They were pretty riveted. It's not my favorite of the three, but I think the franchise still holds up, and it was well worth watching.
Pause for the Keanu name.
Oh, yes.
Keanu Charles Reeves, whose first name means "cool breeze over the mountains" in Hawaiian, was born in Beirut, Lebanon.
Okay.
To St. Patrick Reeves and a showgirl in costume design. Samuel knowing. Wait, who's the woman there?
Patrice is his mom.
Oh,
and Samuel Nolan Reeves, a geologist, is his dad. Oh, his dad's a geologist. That's why he rocks. Get it.
Oh, it's Patrice.
I think
thought that was Patrick.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought too.
I guess it's a girl. It has to be Patrice.
Anyway.
Or not. Anyways, back then it was. So he is from Lebanon. Very talented. And in this one, he plays the Shadow. Or Shadow, not the Shadow. Plays Shadow. Is a new hedgehog to come to play. He's involved in mystery. He was he's on Earth for several decades under
but in some kind of stasis,
underground secret military base. And he wakes up, and he's used by the bad guys to torment the good guys and everybody else. It's fun. The Sonic movies are fun. They do that thing. I can't remember the name of that thing. Is in comic books we call it a panel. It was like when they all together they jump and they have like action poses. they did several times
Mhm.
there, which I thought was pretty cool because I mean when it's well done, it's like it's never enough. Uh, Idris Elba back as Knuckles, and he's does a terrific job. Knuckles
Mhm.
is a very fun character, and yeah, the stakes are bigger on this one.
Mhm.
It has a little bit of Rocky 3, right? You
Sure.
know,
Yeah.
when the hero loses it to the bad
Mhm.
guy and have to overcome that and beat him
Mhm.
at the end. Not that I'm saying the end, maybe that's what happens. But yeah, Sonic still delivers. It's fun for the whole family. There's of course some jokes that little kids will not get it.
Yeah.
Not that they are bad, just that they are like you have to live a little bit more than 10 years to get
Right.
some of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what was there was the one with the video game that said the USB doesn't work. He grabs
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. And
And,
just Marsden like, oh, I gotta blow on it, and they're
yeah,
like, that never works. And he's
yeah,
like, no, 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 it'll work, it'll work.
yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, everybody
There
who.
was that was a really good one. There was a couple really good ones,
Mhm.
but I was saving it in my memory to remember. It might pop anytime
Yeah.
now.
I do feel like this. I feel like the first two like perfect movies. They're really good. They're excuse me.
Bless you.
They're solid. This one starts. I think the writing started to slip a little bit. This one, where the first two are like very focused and like straightforward storylines that that hold up. This one starts to get maybe not quite jumping the shark, but I feel like they kind of start diverging into. There were maybe like too many. I feel like there were too many loose ends, too many things going on. It didn't feel quite as streamlined and elegant as the other two movies. Um, so I hope and because of that, some of the like I feel like Shadow. I feel like we could have had a lot more interesting character development there.
Well, what else you wanted?
I don't know. I feel
Guy
like
was in prison. He has the only uh, the only connections of love and
yeah.
family and friendship is gone in a tragic way. I might be spoiling now, but he wants, you know, if it happens, it's one of those things, right? If it
I
happens to
guess
you,
so.
you 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 might be dark too, and he does, but not by himself. He's pushed by a villain, a Neal, an old, the same,
Sure.
two of the same, but the same actor.
I just feel like I feel like it was very funny, but I feel like this one was leaning a little bit more on the comedy and a little bit
Oh, but
more.
so's the other ones.
No, but they weren't leaning on it. Like they had like strong enough stories aside from that. I feel like this one it was just starting to slip a little
Yeah,
bit. But it was still very fun.
yeah. I liked it. I thought it was
Mhm.
very fun. It maybe it was a little bit different than the other two, because I
Mhm.
guess they moved from that. It's a different chapter, you know.
Yeah.
The whole family, the struggle and the fight for and legacy and inheriting the inheritance from the past of Sonic. Also Knuckles. They passed that. Now they are a group. They are family. They are friends. They live
Mhm.
with Donald Lord, played by James Marsden, and his wife. And it's a new chapter. I don't know. Maybe this new chapter started in a different tone, but I think it follows the formula. I don't think it changes much. I think it doesn't end, but I mean the movie, the story ends, but
Yeah,
they will
but then
make
there's a little
more.
stinger at the end, yeah.
Yeah, and this one is probably uh, uh a like a stinger a la uh I wouldn't say Empire Strikes Back, because that one ends on a static way.
Mhm.
Things happen, and then the heroes are looking to the future. Uh, uh, Back to the Future, or in or Lord of the Rings is maybe, because
Mm.
it ends mid action on something that they have to start the movie right at that moment in time. Not like the Marvel movies that show, I don't know, a tease something, and then the next movie they forget about it, they don't talk about it, or six other movies they change their ideas just to tease. This one, it feels like it's a scene that would be probably the first scene of the next movie. It looks exciting. But what else?
That's all I got about it.
Yeah.
It seems like fans are enjoying it. They had a strong start with a $70.5 million opening, which is almost double what Mufasa made at the box office.
Yeah, and it's interesting because they both rely a lot on special effects, but Sonic uses much better because we didn't see Mufasa, but the story is it's a retcon, it's a prequel, and there's already elements on it. It's like Mufasa is not the truthful king. Scar is.
Yeah.
So explain that.
And Erwin, all due respect to Jon Favreau, and there's a lot of
he went
due
back.
respect
He came
there.
back for this.
No, I don't know if he did, but his Lion King remake, there's a pretty almost unanimous critique of it was that like the animation style it just felt weird. It felt lifeless, like the hyper realistic animals. It was impressive, but it took a lot of the life and the soul out of the story, and people weren't super crazy about it, and so now they go back and they do it again.
Yeah, for a prequel,
unnecessary. And a prequel, like giving a backstory to a character who's like loved, who like for my generation, like Mufasa is like he taught us about death for the first time. Like, yeah, we saw Bambi's mom get shot, but when you don't see Bambi's mom die, but Mufasa, you like see him die, and like Simba has his whole. Anyway, there's just a lot wrapped up with Mufasa, and I just think this was a bad call from the beginning. They were setting themselves up for failure.
And the other side, if you have this hero, this good guy, there's the apex of goodness and honor, and greatness. You have the bad guy that he kills his brother right there. Yeah. And this one, it's like it starts like with buddies. It's like, oh, let's go do that. Let's go do that. So it's like they're gonna try to redeem the bad guy. They've been doing this so much, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
And but anyways, it's really getting old.
One day we might watch it. We're gonna talk about it.
I have better things
Not in
to
a
do with my
hurry.
life.
So is everybody else. As you see, everybody else has seen Sonic. And yeah, let's move from that.
Okay, so today we saw the latest from Angel Studios. This is a film starring and produced by Neal McDonough. It's called Homestead.
Yes. Also has Don Olivieri. Anybody else that screams names?
He's the only name that I know. There were a couple other familiar faces, and if you've been watching Angel Studios productions, they'll be familiar to you too.
Yeah, but this one is based on a series of books. What's the name of the series of books? It's a Black
Fall,
Black Autumn,
Dark Autumn.
And we didn't check much about the book. Is a series based on a series of books that I didn't read. Created by maybe here.
This guy Ben Cassidy.
Homestead, I guess. Let's see. Anyways, it's based on this series of books.
I'll look it up.
By this author that writes book.
Yeah, one of those authors. Black Autumn book series by Jason Ross and Jeff Kirkham.
Okay, do we know if this is the middle, the end, or probably the beginning? Right?
I have no idea.
Because it's very, and they say that this is the beginning like several times. They say the end is the beginning.
Yeah.
So, anyways, is a apocalyptic scenario where the United States is attacked. The attack is very weird. It's not clear who or why.
Which I actually kind of liked because it made it a little bit less topical and less targeted. Because it's not about the attack. That's kind of what sets things in motion and is sort of the raison d'etre for our plot. But really, this is about the beginning of a new life.
True, but I don't know. Maybe down in the book they will explain. I thought it was very, because it was not like it happens an explosion. We have characters and they speak a foreign language, and they don't look like bad guys. They don't act like bad guys. It looks like they're
No, it's kind of implied that
afraid.
they've been kind of pressured / extorted
Okay.
into
Oh,
it.
so they're mules?
Because remember, the one of them is who's like, "Hey, remember your family." Like they know what they're doing,
Okay.
but yeah, the one guy's
Yeah.
like, "You're doing it for your family."
So maybe in the future books, in the future installments, we're gonna have. Anyways, an explosion causes chaos in the United States. A nuclear explosion on the coast of California, and people lose power, lose communication. The military scrambled, the government scrambled, and they're gonna try to deal with that. This guy somewhere in the Rocky Mountains, which we found out was shot in Utah, right away.
Technically the Wasatch Mountains, but they're part of the Rocky Mountains, so it's fine. It's
Oh,
fine.
that's right.
Yeah.
Anyways, but right away she saw the supermarket.
The girl was like, "We shop there."
Yeah. So this guy that has a compound has a homestead.
A homestead, yeah.
Yeah, and it's big, and he's been preparing for that. Like many people already do that. They store food, they store ammunition, gas. For if not for not for an apocalyptic tragedy, for anything mid or smaller, maybe COVID, maybe road gets closed, to be prepared.
Just a lot of the homesteading movement there's a lot of a strong element of just like freedom and independence too.
Yeah.
Because it's not just storing stuff. You see, they have this whole working farm. They have orchards. They have animals. They have land. They homeschool their kids. And so it does give them a whole lot of freedom and independence. And we do see like there is a certain like they're, because of their presumable wealth, they are able to homestead to a much more advanced degree than most people do.
It's using their resources, their land, their freedom and their independence. And by using their land, I mean like literally planting and eating from the land. They can plant tomatoes the way they want, potatoes the way they want, make the bread the way they want. Anyways, so they do live that kind of life. And when this happens, family, friends, and he needs protection to guard his perimeter. And so he hires former military to take care of it. So the story is about this community rising in the Rockies and their struggles with this new life and how to deal with the neighbors, with others that maybe didn't prepare for many and whatever reasons. And the government that fails and go beyond that and becomes the bad guy. But anyways, not a lot details about that to spoil, because I mean you don't need to know, you don't need to explain how bad the government is. But I thought it was better than I thought.
It was better than I expected, and I found it very thought-provoking and a really interesting thought experiment. Because by all means, this isn't terribly new territory, like, oh, the world ends and how is humanity going to survive? We see this kind of thing frequently. Walking Dead, Quiet Place.
28 days later, 20 weeks later, and then 28 years later is coming soon.
So this has been done a lot, but this was done in kind of a different way. And really it's all set up. All the characters are written. Everything is set up to really let us kind of explore and think about and figure out what, just like the whole new morality of the situation and what would you do and what's right and what's wrong. Do you still trust the government? Like, does the government even exist or still matter anymore? Who do you protect? Who do you let in? And what's right? Like, do you keep everything to yourself so you can take care of your family? Or do you share that with everybody who comes asking for help, even though that might mean that you won't have enough for your family? Like they're both good answers. And so we see people like struggling with this and wrestling with this. And we see people who have been building up, the people who are like physically prepared, but we also see people who are like mentally and like religiously prepared, spiritually prepared, versus people who are just kind of like lost. And there was a lot that was very, very thought-provoking. I was looking at the website too, the movie website on Angel Studios, because while we were watching the movie, I was thinking like, man, this is a great ad for like if this is just marketing for
preparedness,
like food storage and preparedness survival stuff, this is very effective because we were both like making lists in our heads of like, okay, we got to do all this stuff to get ready. And the website, it's basically all that stuff you can buy, like composters and rainwater diversion systems and dehydrated food and all this other stuff they have on the Angel Studios website.
Yeah, Angel Studios, they've been doing great movies, great work. But their movies, they're not entertaining and emotional, or they make you laugh and cry. They are very socially engaged in a good way. I'm not talking about the woke Hollywood crap.
Yeah.
To the point that the one of the biggest hits, The Sound of Freedom, was about kids being kidnapped and trafficked. So they did campaigns on helping organizations to stop that and create awareness to people, that these kids are suffering there, because maybe it's because someone here in the land of the free is using child pornography, and it is requiring a market. So if there's a market for this terrible thing, people will sell. So that person that is using that is helping on this problem. On this one is about preparedness. They engage on this social issue, and they preach, but they preach in a way it doesn't feel there's been preached.
No, I never felt like I was being told like you need to have this stuff prepared or you're a bad person. Like they're really just telling a story that kind of led you, inspired you to think about all this stuff. I thought there were some really great portrayals of marriages too. We have a few different like marital relationships and how these husbands and wives like are working through these really difficult circumstances and working out conflict and everything. And then on top of all of that, there was this whole element of faith and spirituality, specifically Christian faith and spirituality, and this whole idea of like doing everything you can to prepare, but then also just turning it all over to God and trusting Him. And there's this whole element that comes up over and over again of the loaves and the fishes, and it just, for me, it worked on a lot of levels. I did not expect it to be this good.
Yeah.
I was dissatisfied with it. I felt like there were a few loose ends, like a few things in the plot that they sort of introduced that seemed really important, and then they didn't do anything with it, and I was kind of annoyed. And then at the very end, they were like, guess what? There's a series that you can watch, and it looks like the series is going to pick up on all those plot points that they didn't really deal with in the movie very much.
As a series of books, we assume there's more in the screening, the streaming series. My answer to that might follow the rest of the book, because in this one everything is peaceful, sort of. And with The Walking Dead, many seasons of The Walking Dead, we learn is that communities that strive and rise, they attract. I mean, in reality too, right? That's why so we have the crisis on the southern border. But communities that strive and rise, they attract jealous eyes and enemies, and
and also just
like
desperate people.
Sure.
And they showed us that whole spectrum. There's just like families who are like, we need help.
Yeah, but
and then also the people who are like, I'm gonna need all your stuff.
But the desperate people is clear on this one. It looks like the enemies and the bad guys, the bad hombres will come in the series on the trailer. Yeah, that is clear. And also there's some sort of supernatural elements, but I didn't say anything. Anyways, Homestead by Angel Studios is available in theaters everywhere. They do a terrific marketing and production, crowdfunding production. As a matter of fact, this is part of the Angel, what's it called?
The Angel Guild?
Angel Guild. Yeah. Which is the financiers, which could be you and me. They receive an idea, and they decide if they're gonna make that movie, and they make the movie. And it could be anything. It could be your idea. It could be my idea. In this case, was this book idea. I mean, this book, there was a good idea for a movie, and became a movie. And they also use the pay forward.
You can
strategies.
Buy tickets for other people to go see the film.
Yeah. which is it's a good gift when there's a good movie, and this one is definitely the case. So Homestead is available in theaters everywhere. I assume. If not, you can check angelstudios.com website, and you can find where it's showing. You can buy tickets for yourself and for your loved ones. It's a good one.
I also have this pet theory that Neal McDonough figured out in Tulsa that like the cowboy hat really works for him, because I think every shot in this movie he's wearing the cowboy hat, and there are multiple like backlit shots where he's got the cowboy hat and he's in profile, and I just feel like he was like, guys, this looks so awesome.
Yeah, well, he has
He's a producer.
He has white hair and is balding, so a hat and a cool looking hat. It's always a good idea.
But it's like, guys, I'm a cowboy.
Yeah, look at me, yeah.
I just
fun one. And just Studios Homestead, go check it. We recommend.
Definitely. Okay, let's go through. Dear Santa, let's just get this out of the way.
Okay, Christmas season, and if Christmas season, tons of Christmas movies. There are some are Christmas movies, some are not. Some are good, some are bad. This one is the latter. Yeah. This one is. I mean, we knew it was bad.
Yeah.
By the Farrelly brothers, who did good stuff. Something About Mary, Dumb and Dumber. I mean, that's debatable. Some people might not agree.
I know you keep telling me, you keep saying that they did good stuff like Dumb and Dumber. I'm like, well.
Anyways, this one, the premise is this kid writes a letter to Santa, and as you start a letter, Dear Santa, but he is dyslexic, which I thought it was. Maybe, I don't know, unnecessary. He could be just a little kid that's learning how to write, but I guess he's older.
He could, but in order for him to be old enough for the plot to work, he needs to be old enough to know how to spell Santa. So him being dyslexic.
So he's dyslexic, and he writes, Dear Satan, which just the other day I saw David Letterman, a shopping mall, and what was it? What I said?
Cache Valley.
A shopping mall put an announcement, a poster, signs on the news that the Cache Valley Mall welcomes Satan for the season. It was Satan. So it happens. It's one letter that changes, right?
Yeah.
So he writes to Satan, and Satan comes to his fan. Satan portrayed by Jack Black, and. Yeah, there's a couple funny moments, but in general, it's like forgettable.
It really was, and they tried to. So yeah, there's a couple funny moments, most of which were in the trailer. There was an attempt at like something a little bit heavier, a little bit more meaningful. I just feel like this did not deliver. I will say the kid is a good actor.
Yeah. Both kids, yeah.
So the kids did great. They were just fine, and I did kind of enjoy, the kid going through this like moral quandary and all the rest of it, but the rest of the writing around it was just, and it made me sad for Jack Black, who our 8-year-old. He's on a roll. Our 8-year-old calls him Blackjack.
He's on a roll. He's doing he's failing on. The Minecraft movie. Big hit with Mario. Right?
Yeah.
Top of the world, and then they invited him to do Borderlands, another video game that we didn't see yet. Yeah, he's a voice of the robot. And we didn't see yet, but everybody says this. We should see that eventually. But especially when you have to compare to the video game, right? When you have a source material that's established and known, when you divert too much, Rings of Power, for instance, when you divert too much. It's tragic. It's bad. It offends. It wrecks. Anyways, so then what was after that? There was this. He's coming next with there was the whole band kerfuffle that his band partner said something on the show.
Yeah.
Something praising the death of Donald Trump. It's like he wishes the bullet would like.
Oh, that's right.
So they apologized. The band broke up and did the tour, and then this movie, and he's coming on Minecraft as Steve. Which, heavy fan of Minecraft, they have Steve on their heads on how Steve should look.
Steve the kid.
It's not.
Like a young person.
Or like Nathan Fillion in his prime. Not.
Yeah.
Boreanaz or John Hamm,
Sure.
you know,
I would go
a
younger
guy
though.
with a chin. Yeah. Anyways, uh, yeah, it doesn't look like it looks weird and yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
he's on a roll doing crappy stuff. Maybe
Yeah.
next year we'll have a better year. This year, not. I mean,
Fingers
Minecraft
crossed.
is next year, so it's not gonna start well.
So we knew from the trailers. I wanted to be wrong. I wanted to be wrong about this movie, and I was not.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time.
The premise itself, simply putting it simply, is like one of the most beloved characters on history, on mankind. The a lovely man that goes distributing gifts, and it doesn't matter the variation, if it's magical, if it's real. It's Santa, love for the kids, a Saint Nicholas.
Yeah.
Jolly man and all that, and then you switch that to Satan.
It's not great.
It's the idea already is like, I don't know. Maybe if the kid was a dark teenager, and they would make this away from the kids, going for the kids. I don't think it worked.
Yeah, it didn't.
But anyways, the Christmas season is over. I don't know if you're still watching Christmas movie, but if you do, don't watch this one.
Yeah, just let it go.
Yeah.
You don't need to waste your time. We wasted ours so that you don't have to.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay, we did see a couple more movies that I thought were pretty good. The first one was Speak No Evil.
Yeah.
This has been out for a while, but we finally got to watch it.
This is streaming on Peacock, Paramount. Oh,
I will
gosh.
double check.
Oh yeah.
But it's starring James McAvoy doing what James McAvoy does best.
Yeah, it's
And
a
he's super terrifying psycho killer.
a remake of
Dutch movie? I think.
Yeah. The premise of the movie is
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
Okay. The premise of the movie is this couple in vacation in Italy, right?
Yeah.
They meet this other couple and they have a good time in Italy, and then they both couples have kids. Each couple has a kid, and then they invite. Oh, you should come visit us in England. We have a farm there, and they go. It's likely inspired by a story that happened to the director, and became a movie in Dutchland, Holland, Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
And they remake in English with Jim McAvoy, who refused to watch the movie. He wanted to create his with the text, right? And the text is similar, if not the same, as the original, but he wanted to give his own, his own touch to this character. And after he saw the original, which he highly recommended, he said it was really good. And it's a isolated farm. These people have like hints of like, this is weird. Oh, this is weird.
Yeah, there's like lots of red flags, but then they're like kind of explained away, and you think, oh, okay, it's fine.
Yeah. When you
and then
see,
suddenly it's not fine anymore.
when you want to see the best in people, you want to give the benefit of the doubt. You might overcome and say, it's just a quirky side.
Yeah, they're just weird.
Yeah,
They're just
it's
awkward.
it's just like everybody's different.
I'm just being picky.
Yeah, and then but then the guy grabs the other guy's wife by her head. It's like really close to him. It's like, well, man, that's weird. Yeah, but
there's not a whole lot of like super intense action until like right up at the very end. You spend most of the movie in this whole awkward like, something's weird. What's wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, it's thriller, and yeah, the conclusion is when things start being revealed, and we start to. It's all about is that really it? Is that really it? And then finally becomes clear that it's really it.
Something I thought was interesting about this is the main character or our protagonists, with the exception of their daughter, are deeply unlikable people. Almost right away. Like, you people are very annoying, very unrelatable.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
Yeah.
But well, it works out. It works out. I think if you enjoy thrillers, I think this is a good entry into the genre.
Yeah, McAvoy is terrific on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Speak No Evil, available on Paramount.
Nope, Peacock.
On Peacock. Yeah.
Okay, and then last but definitely not least, Juror number 2.
But the last movie of Clint Eastwood, so he claims, for now.
I will only believe that when he's actually dead.
And
But yeah, so possibly the last one, Clint Eastwood, starring Toni, Collette, and Nicholas Hoult, and J.K. Simmons is in there for a minute. Kiefer Sutherland, that's right.
The big black guy. Oh gosh, I have his name on the tip of my tongue. Cedric.
Oh yeah.
What's his bucket?
Ah, dang it! I'll look it up.
And the name of the girl, Ruth? No, is check the name of the girl too.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
She's Jennifer McFly's, not Jennifer McFly. She's
Zoe Deutsch.
Zoe Deutsch. Yeah, she's
Cedric Yarborough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's Leslie Bibb. Chris
Messina.
Oh yeah, Messina is there too. And Eddie Falco. She's the judge.
Yes.
Yeah. And,
it's a good cast.
Oh yeah, terrific cast. I mean, who doesn't want to work with Clint Eastwood? As a matter of fact, Kiefer Sutherland, who the son of the late great Donald Sutherland, he called Clint Eastwood, like, need to be on your next movie, because I don't know, I need to be in your movie before you're done, before you retired. You worked with my father, you know. It's like Leia asking, it's like, for help.
That's right. You fought with my father in the Clone Wars.
Yes. So help me, Clint Eastwood. You are my only and last hope. Anyway, so he did that, which is cool, which shows how great the guy is. In the movie is Nicholas Hoult is spectacular on it, but the movie is really good. It's very serious, very heavy, very dramatic, and very deep, and it's a tragedy.
It is, and it presents this like moral quandary where you're like, like it's pretty clear what the right thing to do is, but the right thing to do doesn't feel right at all.
Yeah.
And it's a heck of a film.
Yeah, it's justice and mercy, and we live in a world that for things to work, we have to rely on justice, because if we give mercy to everybody, some bad people will take advantage of that.
Yeah,
in this case, the character is not a bad people, but it's a tragedy, and Clint Eastwood does not shy away from delivering a movie that keeps you on the edge of your seat. And I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say the end.
Yeah, I don't want to.
But really good.
You need to go on this journey. You need to let Mr. Eastwood take you on the whole journey. I did not realize it was an Eastwood film until like closing credits directed by Clint Eastwood. And I was like, oh, of course it is.
Francesca Eastwood, his daughter is on it too.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So good.
The movie had a short run on the theaters. I'm not sure if it's still anywhere. But it was very short, but it's available on Max. It's, if you're an Eastwood fan, you should check it. If you like a good movie to think, to make you wonder, and you should definitely see Juror number 2. What else?
Yeah, you need to go on this journey yourself. I don't want to say anything else about it.
Yeah.
So.
That's all we saw this week.
Yeah.
Right. Squid Game is back. We started a new season. We come back once we finish.
Yep.
If we finish, right? It might end on a big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But
But so far, I'm like, I actually kind of like the second season better.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we have a little more to it than just like, okay, you've got to survive.
I feel like it feels like, it definitely feels like American TV.
Oh,
in a good way, not in a bad way. In the first season, it was very foreign. It felt very, very different than what we do here. Here, I think the second feels more American TV elements. Not completely like, oh, it's just like CW made this. No.
Yeah, no, it's definitely still Korean. There's a lot of the style of acting, the way they like build up and express the drama and the writing and everything. It's like, oh no, this is Korean in all the best ways. But I feel like they've done a really good job of like escalating from season 1 to season 2.
Yeah.
Like still delivering the Squid Game experience, but adding to it so that it's like, I feel like, okay, there's a good reason for us to have a second season and a good reason for us to go back into this world that's like so horrific.
Yeah.
So.
But we come back to it. It's available on Netflix. And yeah, next week probably we'll talk about it.
Speaking of Netflix, they seem to be sticking with the live sports thing. Their Christmas NFL games got 65 million viewers.
Yeah, they had a double game. It was Texans. Oh gosh, I can't remember. It was like two sports teams. Cincinnati.
Was there a ball involved?
Kansas City. Camouflages.
Scored.
Beyonce had the halftime show.
Oh, good for her.
Which is pissing some people, but we'll not talk about that. I mean, it was specifically one guy was talking about that. Anyways, but yeah, big numbers for Netflix. Netflix is still realm of sovereign among streaming.
Yeah, and they're going to keep that up. They've got the rights now for the FIFA Women's World Cups in 2027 and 2031.
Yeah, and still on Netflix. The trailer for Happy Gilmore, the sequel is coming, and it looks very funny. It's Adam Sandler. He's doing a very competent job with what he's doing lately. And he's going back to his one of his flagship movies. Lady, oh gosh, her name is on the tip of my tongue too. Bowen, Sophie Bowen, Lisa Bowen, Emma Bowen.
I don't know.
Anyways, the lady come back. Travis Kelce is in the trailer, and many
well, say less.
Bad Bunny, and many other people. So we can't wait for that.
Okay. In the meantime, still in the world of television news, weirdly, Donald Trump has appointed his special envoy to the United Kingdom. It is Mark Burnett, the creator of The Apprentice.
Yeah, the executive producer of Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see whose starch is gonna snuff. Yeah. In England. Yeah.
Oh,
very competent people, right? This guy is like Survivor is a hit for 30 years, I think.
23. 23. No, 24.
24?
Either way.
And so is The Apprentice.
Where's the connection between like savvy top television producer and special envoy to the United Kingdom?
Well, Trump was a TV star.
Yeah.
And became the president. His first time was good. This one sounds like it's gonna be better. It's being good at take care of business.
I guess so. Ambassadorships, a lot of these diplomatic roles tend to go.
This guy has to call
friends and donors, and that's what this feels like.
This guy has to take Jeff with him, and when he makes a decision, Jeff is like, go to the House of Commons and the tribe is spoken. Yeah, let's tally the votes.
Or just give his scathing commentary.
Survivor Day, we saw the finale not long ago. This season, and it's still strong, it's entertaining. It
really is, man. What a show! Even our kids are into it, and it's not necessarily like a standard kid show, but our 5 and 8-year-old are they're invested in the challenges, in the votes, in the making fire. Oh man, it's fun. It's a fun thing to watch. Anyway. Okay, Star Trek Discovery is officially no longer canon.
Well, we didn't see the episode yet. We're actually behind, but on Lower Decks, there's an episode where it seems it has all indications that the fans are happy about it. That Discovery was erased from existence on that universe, so it's off canon. We'll see. We give you more details when we watch the episode, but. Well,
we do need to finish. If you don't want to finish watching Discovery,
I do want to finish. I'm not in a hurry, but because it sounds like it starts really strong. It had Oscar Isaac the bad guy.
Oscar Isaac and Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah,
Like, we could just stop there.
And then not spoiling, but spoiling, who cares? They killed those two, and it's like, here, you young kids, you fellow youth, take care of the show. And
which would be fine, except right away they call it Star Trek Discovery. They promise us discoveries and dive right back into like old storylines that have been rehashed over and over and over again.
In abroad.
Yet another Klingon redesign. Yet another like deep dive into Spock's family dynamics. Yeah. We're retconning them again, and that's just like the first couple episodes. I know I haven't seen most of the show. There's a lot more to it than that. Yeah. But good grief.
Well, we come back eventually to see, to be witnesses of that disgrace. Yeah. But anyways,
and also I need to justify my very strong feelings about it. Like I have strong feelings, but it's not fair because I haven't watched the whole show anyway. Yeah. Okay, let's just get through some more strong feelings. Disney's Snow White trailer has gotten about 1.4 million downvotes on YouTube.
Yeah. On contraposition, Superman, the new Superman movie trailer is getting like huge numbers. It has huge. The trailer is like one of the most viewed trailers on YouTube.
Oh yeah, it looks so cool.
And it is growing. Mm-hmm. Even though it's very divisive. There's people that like have hope. And there's people that are like, why this Timu version of Henry Cavill is bleeding and calling for his dog, among other things. We're gonna talk about that more once that movie comes.
I'm willing. Well, and I think we already talked about this.
It's a James Gunn movie.
I'm willing to have hope. I think he looks fine. I have serious doubts about the writing.
Yeah, and you know the guy Garner looks like one of the Stooges.
Yeah, what the heck,
It's wrote by James Gunn, who keeps like throwing hints of, this movie is like America. Oh, this movie is like, we'll see.
All right. Well, some beloved film giants have been receiving awards and recognition this week. Tom Cruise was given a U.S. Navy honor for his outstanding contributions with Top Gun and other movies.
Yeah. Tom Cruise, such a cool guy, and it's the season of the Tom Cruise cake. That's
right.
Yeah, the Fiona Hill's list are posting are celebrating to be on this famous honor.
The traditional coconut cake.
Yeah, this coconut cake that who ate it said they love it. People like Henry Cavill, people like Angela Bassett, Rosie O'Donnell.
It's quite a list.
The pre-grown Blue Lagoon. What's the bucket? Michael Jackson's girlfriend. Brooke Shields. Oh. She said she was on the list for 10 years, and she was like asking to be back on the list. Anyways, but yeah, big honor and well deserved. He did.
I wonder if there's a copycat recipe.
After the Top Gun, both Top Guns, the enlistment like rose a lot. To the point that the new upcoming Secretary of Defense said he's gonna try to work with Tom Cruise to create commercials, to create marketing, to grow enlistment because we need it.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Christopher Nolan is now officially a Knight of the Realm.
Yeah, so is his wife Emma Thomas. She's a dame.
Oh, I didn't realize that was his wife.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Okay, so they were both inducted into the order at the same ceremony by the king himself.
It's not
always the king.
And not the Emma Thomas from Little Woman. It's a different Emma Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah. That one is married to the Hamlet guy. What's his bucket? The Hamlet guy. He directed Thor.
No, Emma Thompson. No.
Emma Thompson.
But they divorced a long time ago.
Okay.
Kenneth Branagh.
And it's okay, so it's not her. It's not her as well.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yep.
Emma Thompson.
And you're thinking of Emma Watson. Emma Thompson was not involved in Little Women. Emma Watson was in Little Women.
Emma Watson is Hermione, right?
Yeah.
Little Woman was Emma Thomas.
No. Are you thinking of Sense and Sensibility?
Oh, Sense and Sensibility.
Because that was Emma Thompson.
That's right.
Who
she wasn't in Little Woman too?
No.
Wasn't Little Woman?
Little Women. Well, it depends on which version.
The original.
Which original are you thinking of? Because there's one that was like back in the 50s.
Not the British one. Nobody's seen that one.
There is no British one.
Okay,
Little Women is American.
Yeah. Kate Winslet.
That's Sense and Sensibility.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
No, that's Emma.
Okay, let me go back to that. Yeah. Anyway.
This is a father of daughters, so we're going to need to get you caught up on all these. Anyway, Christopher Nolan and his wife, Emma Thomas.
Susan Sarandon.
What?
She's a little woman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we come back to that eventually. One day we'll watch.
Someone needs an education.
Okay.
Anyway, yes, they've been there. Sir Christopher Nolan, Dame Emma Thomas, well deserved. And quickly on the heels of that announcement, we learned that Christopher Nolan's next movie, which already has an unbelievable cast, it's going to be an adaptation of the Odyssey, like Homer's The Odyssey. Yeah. Which is like the story.
Could be Nolan's second. He doesn't do much, if any, but could be his second trilogy.
It could be.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, there's enough there. Especially if he gets into like the Iliad stuff too. So it's there's a lot. I'm very excited about this. Do we have a release? No, nothing like that. Okay, so it could be theaters. Cool. Well, anyway, last but not least, Denzel Washington's been a busy man.
Yeah. Mr. Washington got baptized and became a minister right away. Yeah. So good Christian that will share the gospel. And it would be fun to be preached by Mr.
I could think of worse things.
My man. The other things you said I cannot say here without being bleeped. But anyways, that's cool. I guess that's it.
That.
Anything else?
No, that's all we got.
Yeah, so
we'll see you guys next year.
Yeah, most likely next year with more news and entertainment. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
And may the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.